Is there absolute truth?
Is there, objective morality?
There are like absolute truths in different cultures.
Is there moral objectivity?
Is there such thing as truth?
Is everyone's morality equal?
Abortion, gay rights.
What am I called to do?
Is there a God?
Who is God?
Does God exist?
Can there be a good God and still suffering?
Or should we actually be all accepting?
Why should we believe?
So at St. Catherine, what we're trying to say is that you don't have to go through 4 years of college and lose your faith at the end. We believe that if students are surrounded by believing faculty and staff, by other students who are faithful, committed Christians, that it's harder to lose that sort of, that love of church, love of faith.
St. Catherine College is significant because it's one of the very few Orthodox colleges in America, one of the very few Orthodox colleges in the world, actually. And it's practically the only college in which students will receive a good, strong liberal arts education in both the arts and the sciences.
St. Catherine College stands unique. We're not going to be persuaded by the ideas, the philosophies, the opinions, the beliefs that are changing of our time, and then adapt our teaching accordingly. No, we're proud to be an Orthodox Christian college, and we'll teach and address the key issues of our time, academically, scholastically, and without any hesitation. So it's a unique place for scholarship for students that want to both maintain their values, have a Christian perspective, and challenge themselves.
So St. Catherine's curriculum is based around this concept of a core integration. And a core integration is a series of classes that all students are required to take during their 4 years here.
An integrated curriculum is important because human beings are integrated people. And if we want to create and educate and teach people to live holistic, fun, entire, complete human lives, then we need to teach them to be holistic, creative, integrated people. Giving them a disintegrated education, one in which they're taught one thing in one class and another thing in another, and yet another in a third, is a way to fragment humans and a way to divide up their education.
Instead of having a student pick and choose and try to create some sort of coherent educational opportunity, our faculty has brought together under a theme a way of integrating all of those topics. So as freshmen, we ask them to think about the question, who am I? So students come to campus and they'll write an essay and they'll answer the question, who am I? And we'll ask them to really expound on how they perceive their identity in relationship to their life experiences, to their family, and so forth. When they're sophomores, we ask them to think about, who am I in community? And that's the Christian principle, that we exist as the body of Christ, that we don't exist as islands, we don't exist in isolation, that especially as Orthodox Christians, we view our community as vital to our own salvation. In the third year, we ask them, what can I achieve? What can I accomplish? So by the time you're a third-year college student, you're taking upper division classes and you're really getting into the discipline of your concentration. And we want them to have the confidence that they can learn that discipline very effectively. When they're seniors in their fourth year, the last question we ask them is, what can I give back? So they've spent 3 years thinking through, who are they in community, what is it that I can master, and now there's the opportunity to give back. So giving back means a creative project, writing a chapter, writing a series of poems, photographs, a scientific paper, something that gives back to the tradition that has just given them 3 years of education.
The Socratic style seminar works as a way of developing a sense of community among the students, that I don't go off on my own and learn just me and myself, but I have to learn in a community with other students who are working at these same problems and raising questions that I may not think of. And so we learn from one another, we learn from the primary sources that we read, and this helps us grow not only intellectually, but it helps us grow emotionally, affectively, in how we feel towards each other, how we ultimately love one another.
So for the student that's looking for a small, private Christian education, it's ideal. Yes, we're small, it is private, and that's the exact type of environment that we want to foster for learning. We're looking for the student that wants to have one-on-one interaction with their professor, have a mentor professor that they talk about life, they talk about marriage, they talk about love, they talk about their relationship to God, and they talk about Shakespeare and Descartes and all the other ideas that we come across in college.
We also encourage them to go outside of the classroom, service projects and internships. We are affiliated with St. Innocent Orphanage and Project Mexico, just south of the border. Also, the Fellowship of Orthodox Christians United to Serve, Focus San Diego. Our students participate in feeding the hungry and the homeless on a regular basis.
St. Katherine College has an incredibly ideal location. It's an amazing community. It's not a big city feel, but the big city is just a train ride down, about 30 minutes or so. You can hit a Padres game, you can go to the zoo. There's multiple things to do in the heart of the city. Not to mention, if you had a break between class, a couple hours, you could go down to the beach. It's only a mile away from campus.
At St. Catherine's, you'll explore the question of why we should do things, of how things work, of the big important questions of life that you can take as part of a serious education developed through integrative seminars and small groups and readings and so forth, and put it together with knowledge of the big picture. And this, I think, is something that's sorely lacking in lots of other colleges and universities.
You come across this term of inquiry, and that the school is great at equipping its students to be able to inquire, to ask questions. But it ends there. And so what St. Katherine does is answers the question, inquiry to what end? For what purpose? Basically our pedagogy is inquiry seeking wisdom, and wisdom here is with a capital W. And wisdom is the Lord. It's really this notion that we understand that we live in a created universe, and the better we understand that created universe, whether it's through direct study, through research, through learning from other people directly, we come to know the Lord. And so by understanding His creation and getting a foothold in doing so, we're hoping that orientation will help St. Katherine College students come closer to the Lord.